Ladies and gentlefish, I am Mr. Tankscaper.
This is my tank shelf, my pride and joy. And while every little ecosystem in here is thriving and basically self-sustaining, it's kinda lame.
What do you think, Doug? Is this shelf cool enough for an awesome YouTube channel? I didn't think so either. Well then, today we take action. Come along with me, and together let's transform from Tankscaper hobbyists into professionals. Today's video will focus on my latest obsession in the tank keeping hobby, shrimp. Look how cute they are. I already built this breeder tank of red cherries. Sorry we didn't get to do that one together, but let's keep looking towards the future, not into the past. Today you and I are going to build a breeder tank for our new colony of yellow shrimp. If I'm going to be professional, I want to go all out and bring this project together with my own two hands. I have a few panes of glass I got from my neighbor who was throwing out her bookshelf. I want to make a tank that fits this space right here, so I used a piece of scrap wood I had laying around to mark the length, width, and height. With measurements in hand, I'll use this masking tape here to mark the glass to be cut. To cut the glass, I'm going to use this glass cutter I picked up from the hardware store. The cutting tool has a roller end to score the glass, and a blunt end for, I think, whacking the glass. I guess somehow that helps. Anyways, I lined up my trusty measuring stick and marked it with the tape. I used the straight edge of the wood, holding it firmly down on the tape line, then ran the cutter to score. Holding my breath, I went in for the first break. I can't believe that worked. Not all my cuts went as smoothly as that first one, but with a little bit of perseverance and a whole lot of sanding, we ended up with some workable pieces. You'll see later that I have a lot more sanding down to do, but I've done enough to at least assemble the tank and work out the rest of the kinks later. The next step is to clean the edges of the glass with isopropyl alcohol to remove any minerals or oils that might impede the silicone from forming a watertight seal. With clean glass, I applied a generous bead of silicone to all edges of the glass that will meet. Pressing the siliconed edges together, I assembled the tank using masking tape to hold it together while the silicone cures. The next day, the silicone was hard, so I removed the tape and cleaned off the excess with a razor. All in all, I still have some rough edges to fine-tune, but hey, this thing looks like a fish tank. Next, I want to work on the hardscape. I want to build some sort of rock cave out of these dark stones because I think it will contrast well with the bright yellow shrimp. With the cave starting to take form, I bonded the stones together with the tissue and superglue method. I then went out and collected some sticks and leaf litter for the tank, being sure to boil them, ensuring I kill off any unwanted pathogens. The water will turn brown like tea, but don't worry, that's just the tannins in the sticks and leaves leaching out into the water. Some people will add these tannins right into their tank, creating what is known as a black water setup, but if you want crystal clear water, simply dump them out and boil again until the water stops turning brown. With our sticks sanitized and removed of tannins, let's add them to our rock cave. Before we get too ahead of ourselves now, why don't we check and make sure this tank actually holds water? I marked the water line with more masking tape and waited to see if there were any leaks. After a few hours, there were no changes, so I removed the tape and siphoned out the water. Next up, I laid down the substrate, starting with garden soil to provide nutrients to the plants I plan on adding. Just a little bit will do. I then encapsulated the soil with a layer of sand. The sand will not only hold the soil in place, preventing it from messing up the water parameters, but also act as a refugial for beneficial bacteria to grow and thrive. Before we add the top layer of substrate, let's add our rock cave so it can be securely mounted to the floor. Oh god, how do I do this? Yeah, maybe I should have built this thing inside the tank. Well guys, I hope you learned from my mistakes. With the cave reassembled, I added in this Vigoro Vista red stone to the tank, being sure to rinse off the dust. I really like how it looks when wet. Substrate looking nice. I proceeded to do a partial fill and add some Java moss to the sides of the cave. I guess all that's left is to fill this puppy up. I mean, what could go wrong? Oh no. No! Oh. My fellow tankscapers, I don't consider myself a quitter, but the show must go on and time is not on my side. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll make another video on the tank building subject, and I won't quit until it holds. La-di-da-di-da, substrate, 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 rock, rock, rock. Hey, we have ourselves a video again, folks. It may have been a blessing in disguise, actually, because on my way home from the pet store, my neighbor was throwing away clippings of a bush. Oh yeah, look at that, beautiful. Now let's add some plants to the party. Is it just me, or does this tank look sick? I then stole a shot of water from my bamboo forest paludarium and added it to the substrate to kickstart the bacteria growth. Let's fill her up, shall we? She's cloudy, but she's beautiful. The next day the water cleared up a bit, so I got our babies. I only got 6 for now, but I know the water isn't ready for a full colony just yet. I put in the shrimp to acclimate. I wanted to add another layer of green, so I worked in a few pothos cuttings, which should really make this all pop once this grows in. While adding the finishing details, I put the shrimp bag in with the cherries and borrowed their air stone to add some extra oxygen. What a mystical scene, I thought to myself as I scraped the bubbles off the walls of the tank. I mean, the inside of this tank just looks like a whole nother world. Alright, my friends, who's ready to add some shrimp? But wait, what's this? We have some stowaways. Silly snails. I plucked them off and dropped them in, officially adding the first residents of our shrimp tank. I then added the shrimp, who immediately started exploring their mystical new home. Look at them go. This one swam right past the snail, as if to greet his new neighbor. This shrimp swam up to check out the fallen stick from above. This stick will provide more than enough surface area for precious biofilm to grow and act as a food source for generations to come. Wait, what's this? A green shrimp? I have all 6 yellows I paid for. Cool, free shrimp. A few more days passed and the water became crystal clear. Confident the water was now in good shape, and with no shrimp deaths, I added 3 more yellows. Another green to be friends with our lone wolf. I know what you're thinking, but Mr. Tankscaper, you're gonna ruin the pretty yellow colors when they interbreed. I'll take them out when it's time. Anyways, to finish off, I added 2 amanos into the tank,
which are said to be better algae eaters than your regular cherries.
The colored Skittle shrimp are classed as Neocaridina shrimp, while amanos are in the Caridina family, meaning I don't have to worry about them interbreeding and losing their yellow color. The tank grew in another few days, and even with the buff amanos hard at work, I noticed an algae-like growth forming on the stick. The internet assured me it's not harmful and nothing to be worried about, but did suggest I add some Nerite snails to help control it. Just a few moments later and the first snail flipped himself over to show us his beautiful stripes. And would you look at that, it seems the amanos are up for the task after all. It's truly a blessing to get to watch a little ecosystem form right before your eyes. As our new inhabitants plant their roots in their new home, I can't help but feel overwhelmed with joy, knowing that together you and I will get to watch this little world flourish. Well, it's been quite the journey, my fellow tankscapers. Full of laughs,
Oh, baby!
tears,
No!
and everything in between. Today, my personal lesson taken away from this build is that you can't rush the process of life, or you may end up having the rug pulled out from under you. Comment below if you learned anything from the trials and errors I made during this process. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment, as my channel is brand new and I can really use all the encouragement I can get. Thanks for watching, guys, and today I'll leave you with this. Remember to enjoy the journey, because sometimes the journey is what makes life truly magical. Hey, I'm the tank guy. Subscribe.